now they're doing at-home learning. I figured I would make a video kind of about some of the solution stuff to maybe show you some ideas of how you can do your assessment at home. I have two awesome assistants today, my lovely daughter Amelia and my son Elliot. You do not have to go find adorable, well-behaved, very intelligent children to do your video, but since they're here, I thought I would use them. So today we performed a dilution with Kool-Aid. Okay, and we've already done it. Obviously, we've all the cups sitting here. It was quite a process to actually do, but we're going to talk through our dilution for you guys so you kind of get a sense, and we'll use a lot of the science terms that you would need to use. Okay, so Elliot, why don't you tell them what was in our solution today?
Why?
Because don't worry, I'm going to cut it down.
Oh, wait. The solute was our Kool-Aid and the solvent was our water.
Perfect. What I did was I put 6 tablespoons of Kool-Aid into 2 cups of water, and the recipe actually calls for 2 tablespoons into 2 cups. So that was a lot. Also, I did the math for it, and I found that our concentration in that cup was about 0.58 molarity, so moles per liter. I actually had a balance at home to do this. You probably won't, which is totally fine. And I did look it up just to tell my kids, and I don't know if Amelia remembers, but how much sugar could I have dissolved in that 6 cups?
1,000 grams.
Yeah, so I could have fit 1,000 grams. In the end, it was only 100 grams to get it to that concentration. And so then when we tried it, what did you guys think of it?
Well, for the first cup, the one that had 6 tablespoons in 2 cups, I thought it was good, but a little much and sour, and the aftertaste is really sour. I thought it was really good.
Really good. Okay, so then we performed a dilution. So what we wanted to do was go from having 6 tablespoons of Kool-Aid per 2 cups to having 4 tablespoons of Kool-Aid per 2 cups. So we had to do some math. And what did we find? How much did we pour off to get it?
We poured out 2/3.
And then, how did we, hold on, when I poured off 2/3, how did I have to make it actually diluted?
You had to
add more water.
Go back up to
add more water, right? We had to go back up to 2 cups. So in this one right here is where we have the 4 tablespoons and 2 cups. And doing that dilution, I'm down to 0.390 moles per liter, molarity. And what do you think of the taste?
Good. I thought it was still strong, little tiny bit less than.
It tastes the same about.
You know, it tastes the same about.
And it was less blue, like lighter.
Yeah, definitely lighter. You can see that hopefully in the picture. Okay, so then our next dilution, what we wanted to have was we wanted to only have 3 tablespoons in 2 cups. Okay, so we want to take the one we had and go down to 3 tablespoons for 2 cups. And how mathematically we're going to get down to 3 tablespoons, 2 cups? What did we pour out?
1/4.
We poured out 1/4.
We poured out 1/4, and after we poured out 1/4, we had to
We had to go back up to 2
add
cups.
more water to go back up to 2 cups, right? And so then we got down to 3 tablespoons per, which is 0.292 big M. Then our next dilution we wanted to do was get it down to the actual recipe. Oh, I didn't let you guys talk about what it tasted like. So, what did the 3 tablespoons per 2 cups taste like?
3 tablespoons. It was starting to taste more normal. I thought it was the best tasting one of them.
Okay, then we want to go on to the actual recipe. So the actual recipe is 2 tablespoons per 2 cups. So, from our 3 tablespoons in 2 cups, how did we get down to 2 tablespoons in 2 cups? How much did we pour out?
We poured out 1/3.
We poured out a third. Yep. Right there. Poured out a third. And then we had
to go
fill
back
up
up
water.
to 2 cups.
2 cups.
Yep. And how did it taste?
It tasted
It
pretty
tasted-
watery. I didn't think it tasted quite normal,
Not
even
super
though
strong.
it's the recipe.
Not super strong.
Yeah, neither of them felt like it tasted like the recipe anymore. Potentially it was too diluted, I'm not sure. But the actual concentration then for a normal recipe is 0.195 molarity. Then we wanted to go down to 1.5 tablespoons per cup. Right, so we wanted to go down to just a little below the recipe, 1.5 tablespoons per cup. How to do that?
I don't know.
I think we poured off a half.
Yeah.
We poured out a half.
And it tasted like water with an aftertaste of Kool-Aid.
Yep.
It tasted about like water, like close.
And then they had basically gotten to how far I had planned to go. So we got down to 0.146. And then they wanted to keep diluting it more, as you can see. So we kept going. So we got down to 1 tablespoon per 2 cups.
Yep.
And
Right.
that tasted like water with tiniest bit of sugar.
It
Yeah.
tasted like water.
Basically like water. and that was 0.0974 molarity. And then we did it one more time. I don't have the math for it. I don't think any of us wrote down the math.
It was just like taking away half.
Yep.
I think.
But then in the end, it tasted like
Water.
It tastes
Is
like
it?
sour water.
yeah.
Sour
So
water.
what do we notice about the color as we diluted?
It got lighter.
Why?
Until this looks like water.
Why did it get lighter?
Because it's less Kool-Aid.
Because we added more water.
More water, right? And so the ratio of water to Kool-Aid got less.
Mhm.
Okay, so Elliot, if we were going to talk about the concentration, which of these was most concentrated?
This was the most concentrated one. The
Because-
one with 6 tablespoons and 2 cups because there was the most sugar in it.
Yep, and the least concentrated?
Was half a tablespoon with 2 cups of water. The last one we did.
We never got to saturation, so as I said, and Amelia knows, we needed 1,000 grams to fully saturate it.
Saturation?
So saturation is the max amount that can dissolve.
Okay.
Yeah, saturation is the max amount that can dissolve. So there you go. So there's an example of hitting a lot of our words. Now I didn't show dissociation and hydration. I would potentially have drawn them out and like shown them to you, or you can for your video. And I didn't talk about the difference between salt dissolving and sugar dissolving. But again, you can do that visually instead of on a video. And I didn't hit colligative properties. I'm probably going to add to this video with colligative properties later doing a second experiment. Okay, so there's kind of an idea for you of what you could do in terms of showing a dilution. I would not like you to then, do Kool-Aid and do this because it will not get you a great score because that's not very creative since I did it. But you can find something else to do that will also be awesome. Anything else?
Nope.
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Correct.
Mom, we have to make exactly 9 minutes. Okay, we have to wait. We have to wait about 5 more seconds.
What do you do to entertain them for 5 more seconds?
I don't know.
Sit
Sit here.
I don't know, but it just happened. I guess. You have to cut that. You have to cut out a lot of things.
I do have to cut a lot of things. You guys are doing ridiculous things.
Get out of here! National Jersey Day. I mean, well, more like soccer jerseys, but hi, people.